I just wanted to cover keys as part of the installation in the vehicle. We've looked at how secure the vehicle is, even with a transponder, keyless, the battery and key blade is, even though it's hidden in the car. What I want to look at now is, you've got one key left. One key's in here, one key's left. Do you have to go and get your new key cut from Audi because you've now got one in the system? The answer is absolutely not, unless you and your partner always have one of these keys on the keyring and need it all the time. And I say unless because every other scenario you don't need a new key. I'll just run through them quickly. If you've got the optional long range remote and app, then you can also control, you don't just control it through this, your wife or your partner or whoever, you can install the app on their telephone, and then they could use their phone to remote start, unlock, lock and drive away the car. They don't need a physical key. You could give them this, the long range remote control. Again, they can do everything via this remote control with that button. They don't need a key. So going back to it on here, you've got one key in there, you've got one key there. Do you need to go and get a new key cut from Audi? Absolutely not, because it's there. You know, if you lose it, then what would you do? If you only had two keys for the car and you lost one, you go and get one cut from Audi. So if you have two keys for the car at the moment and you lost this one, then fair enough, go and get a new key cut from Audi. Take this one out, take it to Audi, you can go and get a new key cut. But realistically, there is no point in getting a second key cut unless you actually lose one, because once that key, if you don't lose that key, it's normal, it's just there, you use it. And even if you did lose it, one of the benefits of having the remote start system is that, let's say, you know, you've driven 5 hours away from your home, you've got a remote start system in the car, your spare keys in the remote start system, you've driven 5 hours away, I don't know, you've gone skiing, this has fallen out of your pocket, you've come back to your car. What do? In a normal course of events, you know, you'd somehow get the key from 5 hours away to you so you could get into the car and drive away. Or you could use your app, if you could do, to unlock the car, but you can't drive it away because you don't have a key in the normal course of events. However, if you're 5 hours away and you've got the remote start system installed with the dead key in there, you come back to the car, you've lost this. If you've got this with you, then absolutely brilliant, you know, no problems at all. You can start the car with this, unlock it, get in and drive away. Drive your 5 hours back home, and when you're back home, at your convenience, within that week or so, you take your car to Audi, take the key out of here and ask them to pair you up a new key. Or if you didn't have that with you and you just had your telephone with you with the app on it, then again, you just come to the car, which pretty much everybody has. You come to the car, open up your app, remote, connect to the car, remote start it, get in, drive away, drive 6 hours back home, and then when you get home, you can you can go to Audi at your convenience and get a new key cut. Or even better than that, I suppose, you could come back from your ski trip, you could use the Audi app to unlock the car, you could come and retrieve your key. Fair enough, it'll take you 3 hours, but there's no point doing that because you can just start it with your phone and your remote control. So at the end of the day, in terms of keys, if you do have to give up a key as part of the install, you absolutely do not need to go and get one cut from Audi, because you're not gaining anything at all. The only time that I would say you'd do that, in my experience, would be is if you and your partner need a key because you use the car equal amounts, and you don't want to use the phone to start the car, or you don't want to use the long range remote to start the car, because you have to remote start it rather than pressing the push start button. So in a nutshell, if you've got two keys for the car, one of them goes in there, one of them used on a daily basis, you don't get a new one cut. If you struggle, if you lose that key, you can use your phone or the long range remote. And then when you come to sell the car, obviously you want to give two keys to the new owner. So when you come to sell the car, you take the remote start system out of the car, take the key out, put the battery back in, put the blade back in. You've got this one, two keys to the new owner, remote start system goes into the new car.